Did you know that according to a study in Harvard Business Review, that executives spend nearly 23 hours a week in meet? Oh wow, that wasn't good. All right, we'll do that again. Did you know that according to a study by a Harvard Business Review, an executive spends nearly 23 hours a week in meetings? When I read that, I was like, this is just so crazy. And I know from working with people that executives spend a lot of time in meetings. And so I just wanted to touch base on that. Let me make sure, of course. Let's make sure you can hear me because we had it where it didn't quite work. Even though I did it before and it worked, but when we were live, it wasn't working. But if you can hear me, if you put in the chat here, that would be awesome. Let's see.
But if you can hear
Okay, you
me,
can. See? It works. So thanks for joining me. It's really a scorcher today. And hopefully you get the chance to get outside. I'm actually here with you, but after we wrap up today, I'm actually going to go out for a ride on my motorcycles. It's just too nice. I've been waiting too long. Hey, Terry. And I want to get the most of this good weather this week because we're going to have more rain again. So I just wanted to kind of let you know what I'm up to and find out if you had any questions on some of the things I spoke about. But in the meantime, I have been really thinking about how we can get really overwhelmed by some of the things we're working on and the tasks that we're trying to kind of get through. And hopefully, I can come up with some good ideas for you because I like the idea of just helping others wake up each day and just feel really excited, empowered, and know what they want to do and in control. And sorry if you don't know me, my name is Michelle Trieste, and I like to think that I guide other people on their travels in life as they go through the changes, the ups and downs, and to help you navigate those winding roads, whether that's filled with personal highs and lows and professional challenges and changes as well. So yes, yeah, Terry, it's just been terrible. 85, where you are. Yeah, the humidity's kicking in too. So even the weather has an impact on how we feel and how we show up. And if you stick around, I'm going to keep it short today, just a half an hour. And like I said, I want to go out riding and share with you I have actually 3 tips to help you streamline your tasks and boost your productivity. And if you're like, want to hear more about like streamlining your life and focus on the things that really matter to you, then just type streamline in the chat and that lets me know that you're here and you can hear me. um, yeah, so I get a lot of people. So Q&A today. I get a lot of people through my series that I do, and the wonderful people that I've met, like Terry and so many others that I've made friends with here online, and they ask, and we talk a lot about technology and business and personal growth. So I find that things kind of they all work together. And what I've always felt really good about, I've considered myself a creative person. Maybe I'm not an artist, I don't draw, I don't, but I love to do storytelling. That's where I get to be creative, as well as like technology. I find that if you can be really curious and patient, then um, technology can be a fun outlet and work it into your business. So the people that I've met, people have asked me how to maybe stream live, or different things about setup and just some of the different aspects of social media and as well as business aspects. And then put together, we always talk about what's going on personally with them. And that to me is like the trifecta. So even though I love speaking to groups and storytelling, I love all these things, but I really, enjoy getting my hands, just dirty and helping everyone kinda lift their load, and that's something you can't just do from yeah, like a puzzle piece. Yeah, like a puzzle, just like Terry says here. Yeah, and so I've always loved puzzles, so even though if someone wants me to come and speak to their group, that's great. But, what I'm going to also be putting out there is because people are always asking me, "How can I, pay you to work with you to help me, get through something?" Maybe it's a project or, ongoing, but in a smaller, amount of time. So I'm actually putting this out there that for small business owners or maybe a professional that needs some more of those different aspects to help uh, I don't know, solidify and just give them more time to do all the other things that they want to do in life. That's why I want to let you know that I'm taking on a new role, not forgetting my speaking, but taking on a role as a legacy lifestyle concierge. So, how do you like that one? That is kind of like a twist on a virtual assistant, but because I've had so much experience with finance, management, technology, and yeah, there's so I get to and supporting people that that is really where I find a lot of joy on the hands-on. To me, it's like working in the garden. And but first, I want to get through one of the three tips. So, one is I wanted to share one tip was to prioritize and delegate. You need to focus on what truly matters and delegate the rest. You need to identify top priorities and outsource tasks that are draining your time and energy. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. So, what does that legacy lifestyle concierge do? Well, I would offer a range of services to support, like I said, a small business owner, busy executive, maybe someone who is starting up a business or just needs that. It's like a general contractor. Um, and we can organize certain amounts of time over the course of a month. So I'll get more into that. But that's one really important thing I've learned, whether I was in management, I was an executive assistant, financial advisor, is you have to learn to delegate. So then you can protect the things that you really want to leave time and energy for, right? Um, I know that the numbers, the numbers don't lie, and if you are making a certain amount of money, let's just say you're making when you look at everything, if you're making, whatever, $500 an hour, you're better off allowing someone else to do um, the work that doesn't require $500 an hour. So because then it leaves you more time, energy to really make the bigger decisions that you need to work on and leave you the freedom and space in between. So that's where you need to really delegate. And I love to say I'm not to brag or anything, but um, I love when I really click with someone, like when I've worked with bosses, um, and I've always integrated not only the tasks in the office as far as, expenses, I've always been like I've handled a lot of the technology aspect stuff at work as well, for an office. So, um, and they love that I can not only handle the tasks, handle the expenses, the travel, the scheduling of things. I'm a great blocker. Can you believe that? Like, I'm a real good, awesome gatekeeper. It's kind of fun too. It's like blocking on my motorcycle. Like I block I have the captain and then I block and I make sure, So it's really fun. I know who gets, enjoyment off that, but because I really know I know how to screen people out and see honestly too, like this may not be the person you want to call and talk to anyway, dude. Like so and then I also have been I have to say, I've been very honored to always been a very trusted confidant to the people that I've worked for and with. So it's great that I get to help support someone like a coach, also a technology. I get kind of geeky on things, whether it's apps or software or hardware. Or, just helping who I'm working with have better work life, just harmony, um, and balance. And that always comes down to just listening and having them share things as we work together. You learn a lot. And so then I know what means a lot and why they're doing certain things. And so then I can help sometimes it's more, we'll really take the time and talk about something that maybe I'm working with that they're going through, or sometimes it's just I know how to look at I pick up their patterns and what their values are, and then I can help them organize things to make sure that those stay top of mind. Um, and then they have more time and energy in order to spend with their families or some of the fun things they want to do. Um, and so I can help them kind of reclaim their identity and define their goals and just rebalance their life. So that's what I love about, like I said, getting my hands dirty and working with people one on one, more than just a coach who's going to talk to someone, more than just a technology person, right? Um, more than just doing their expenses or prepping, their financiers or giving feedback or troubleshooting lots of things. So I love all that, puzzle mindset things that we get to do. And so yeah, that's what it's gonna look like. And does that get me near the table window? I'm not sure what that means, Terry. um, Yeah, so let me just get into with that first thing, just remember to delegate, um, and prioritize things. I did want me that was the first thing. And what is that? Let me answer some questions here that actually people seem to ask a lot of me. So feel free to ask any questions that you have. And let me did I do number one? Yeah, I did number one. Um, okay, so one question here is, oh, how can a virtual assistant or I'm because I'm like the platinum version. So, that's like that's why I'm saying it's a legacy lifestyle coach concierge. Um how can I help a small business? Well, like I said, I will help manage tasks and look at how if you want, of course. This is only if someone wants, just to help them balance work life, which is really, really important. And what kind of tasks? So that could be, again, managing your schedule, handling correspondence, project management, marketing, especially with like social media or newsletters. And if anyone has been interested in my LinkedIn, I have two newsletters. I think I'll probably narrow it down to maybe one. I'm not sure yet. But I like my death doula newsletter and my outspoken women. So I don't know, that's kind of hard. So we'll work things out. But yeah, so I love the newsletters. So if someone needs help on that, and making travel arrangements, event planning, and um, yeah, so those are a lot of different things that I do. So if anyone's seen my background, my death doula. So when someone's having a hard time, maybe someone's dying, or my Stephen ministry skills, they all come into play. And so I love to use all these different aspects of the things that I've learned over time. And one of the, I think, most importantly, especially when we're talking about either a high level executive or small business owner, we definitely need to make sure we leave time. So you can think of like we can work through like strategic initiatives, and it leaves you time and bandwidth to do those things. Because if you're just crammed with trying to get things and take care of all the tasks you have, then you just don't leave yourself that kind of creative time to expand your thinking and the different initiatives that you'd like to do, and kind of work with it, work on it together. And well, what do you get? You get more productivity, you get to think more, um, and you come home not like totally frazzled, which is huge, right? Because what's the sense if you're making $500 an hour or whatever? I know you don't usually look at hourly because, you know, usually you have your salary, but everyone, you get bonused and different kinds of pay, um, bonus, stocks and things. But yeah, there's so many different ways. But at least you want to make sure you have the mind still fresh, and your body too. This is a whole thing. When you don't learn to delegate and prioritize things and have someone assist you, it's not just your mind that gets clogged with not the best things and stifled, but your body. Okay, we hear enough about how your body will can turn on itself if you don't take care of yourself. There's so much stress. And you know what? It's better to have a little more peace of mind and healthier body, and make sure you have, let's say, an hour um, early in the morning or whenever your body seems to like it, whether it's lunchtime or something. But just by having someone that can assist you on certain things for certain amount of times would really give you that option. All right, and keep your mind, body, and spirit fresh. So now the second tip I want to mention is another powerful tip is to, like I said before, leverage technology. And you could use it for, project management, communication. There's so many tools out there. I know it's a lot, but there's Trello and there's AI now. There's, everything from scheduling to tracking, and these apps can make a huge difference. And they're now I'm an independent in many, many ways. And I love to look at both sides, have great things about them, great aspects, positives and negatives. And the same goes for technology. So if you always want to be prepared. So I always keep things on my Outlook, but I always keep my paper book here too, because if something goes wrong, I have everything here. I have, a couple of stacks. um, but I keep the last 5 years of my notebooks with tasks, ideas, contacts, um, even sometimes like passwords. I keep that old school, because I like the paper. I'm sorry. I do not like to be shut down because uh, my computer uses too much memory and freezes up on me. I mean, I don't know if you've ever had that happen to you, but you're totally effed. Okay. Like, I mean, your heart rate just starts racing, or your phone. Like, it gets stocked up with so much on it that's how they hold you by the cayunes, right? So we don't want that. We don't want technology to hold us, right? Um, or sometimes it's just easier to get on paper, like, and another nice thing is, just like writing, they say it's great to type, but it's also there's something therapeutic about writing by hand. So I keep something paper and I keep something electronic. But I do love a lot. I love technology, okay? Um, and so I understand a lot. I'd say probably average. I'm average on most technology, which is pretty darn good. So, and if I don't know how to get something done, believe me, I'll find someone else and get it done for you. So, that's the great thing about technology. Um, And another, thing about technology is it helps you, like, focus more on your mindset, all right? And you can just feel more in control. You can focus more on, like, self-care routines. Technology can help on certain things, but not, what the human needs to do for themselves, right? So, um, by delegating things to a trusted, person, all right, you can prioritize things, uh, set boundaries, and, uh, you know, just have, more balance between work and personal life, and they always overlap, okay? Somehow they always overlap, and that's a good thing, and I think, the people use the word holistic a lot, and that's how I look at it. So like I said earlier, if I speak to a group, yes, that's kind of one-sided, which I love to see people's expressions and chat with them after I speak with them, but it's not as holistic as when I work with someone one on one. And like I said, I'm only going to be doing this a certain amount of hours. I'm only going to do it like 100 hours a month. But what it's going to do is it's going to allow someone who wants to just cluster a group of hours, maybe work, like 10 hours with me, 5 hours, there's different prices for the different, but just clusters of time. And you can use those clusters at a time. You can buy more, or if you don't use them all at once, they'll be good for a year. So that's how I'm doing this, because I've just had such fun interactions with helping people on all these different aspects as I've stepped away from my full-time job. That was all the time, so I was a full-time executive assistant, as well as some of the other hats that I've worn, administrate you can look at my LinkedIn and see all the different things that I've done. But I don't want to do that 5 days a week any longer. I want to be able to, no different than if I worked with you or someone who says, "Okay, I wanna have some balance in my life, and my priorities have changed." I think there's a lot of people that are probably in my sandwich generation, age that they have parents, they have children, and they want to be there for both. Um, and that's, what I want to do. I still want to help and support people, but I need to work it in so I have peace and joy when I show up and work with someone too. So I'm helping my daughter out Wednesdays and Fridays now with the two little toddler and baby. So I'm only leaving um, 3 days a week to be working with individuals, unless I, get a talk, but that's, usually just takes off a day off the calendar. But yeah, so that's what I'm looking to do. And the third thing I think I wanted to talk about, just mention, was balance. Sorry, boundaries. Can't talk this morning, right? So you want to make sure you set boundaries and take the time for you. So those are the three uh, important pieces, tips that I wanted to share with you. And those are things that I like to help others do. So this is a form of me being able to do it. Um, Again, I really appreciate you being here. And I hope that the different series that I've worked on and shared with you and spent time with you here, I hope you've enjoyed them. And I just want to be able to continue to help you streamline your life and focus on what truly matters. Okay. So schedule a discovery call with me. They're like, we'll chat for like 30 minutes, and I'll list. Do I have that? I think I have. Let me see. Okay. Yeah. So that's how you can kind of get a hold of me. And what else? Yeah, so that's what I wanted to do, is keep you up in the loop and find out if you have any questions on what we're doing today. But I appreciate you being here, and it's almost 2:30, so we are getting ready to roll, right? And gonna kind of brush off some of this humidity that's popping in on the motorcycle. So thanks for joining me today, and I can't wait to connect with you. So take care, and let's ride towards those renewed dreams. And it's just one task at a time. All right. So stay in touch, and we will be hanging in here over the summer. All right, together. But give me a call and let me know what it is I can help you with. Take care. Bye.